When you hear $500,000, what comes to mind? A millionaire lifestyle? Luxury vacations? Financial freedom forever? Here's a surprising truth. A $500,000 net worth doesn't belong to who you think it does. It's not just celebrities. It's not just tech founders. And it's definitely not only people earning six figures. In fact, the typical person with a $500,000 net worth might be your neighbor, your child's teacher, or even someone driving a 10-year-old Toyota. Today, we're breaking down who actually has a $500,000 net worth, how they built it, what it really means in today's economy, and why the reality might completely change how you see money. Let's get into it. First, what does $500,000 net worth even mean? Before we imagine yachts and penthouses, let's clarify something critical. Net worth is not income. Net worth equals everything you own minus everything you owe. That includes cash in the bank, retirement accounts, investments, home equity, business ownership, vehicles, and valuables. So someone earning $70,000 per year could technically have a higher net worth than someone earning $200,000, depending on debt and savings habits. Already surprising, right? The reality, age changes everything. Here's where it gets interesting. A $500,000 net worth looks very different at 30 than it does at 60. At age 30, someone with $500,000 at 30 is ahead of the curve, massively. That usually means high-income career, tech, finance, medicine, early investing, stock market exposure, possibly startup equity, or family assistance. This person is likely in the top wealth bracket for their age group. At age 50, a 50-year-old with $500,000, that's solid, but not ultra-rare. Many dual-income households who bought homes early, invested in 401(k)s consistently, avoided lifestyle inflation, can reach this level without ever feeling rich. At retirement, 60 plus, here's the real shock. Many retirees aim for $500,000 just to feel secure. Because healthcare, inflation, and longevity risk mean $500,000 doesn't stretch as far as it once did. The surprising professions that hit $500,000. You might assume only executives and entrepreneurs hit this mark. But in reality, many middle-class careers quietly build $500,000 net worth over time. Public school teachers, long-term pension plus home equity. Firefighters, military officers, government workers, corporate middle managers, nurses, engineers, small business owners, dual-income couples in ordinary jobs. The secret isn't flashy income. It's time plus consistency plus ownership. The power of boring wealth. Here's something most people don't realize. A large percentage of people with $500,000 net worth live boring financial lives. No Lamborghinis. No designer wardrobes. No viral Instagram lifestyle. Instead, they drive paid-off cars. They max out retirement accounts. They avoid high-interest debt. They bought homes they could afford. They reinvest dividends. They stayed invested during crashes. In other words, they played defense. And defense builds wealth. The role of home equity. One of the biggest contributors to a $500,000 net worth. Let's say a couple bought a home 20 years ago for $250,000. Today it's worth $600,000. They owe only $100,000. That's $500,000 in equity alone. They might not feel rich. They might still work daily. But technically, they've crossed the $500,000 mark. And millions of Americans fall into this category. The illusion of feeling rich. Here's the psychological twist. Many people with $500,000 net worth don't feel wealthy. Why? Because most of it is locked up. In retirement accounts they can't touch without penalty. In home equity. In long-term investments. It's wealth on paper. Not always lifestyle freedom. And that's where expectations collide with reality. Geography changes everything. $500,000 in rural America? That's powerful. $500,000 in New York or California? That's comfortable but not extravagant. Cost of living matters. Someone with $500,000 in a low-cost state might live mortgage-free and stress-free. Someone with the same amount in a high-cost city might still feel behind. Wealth is relative. Dual-income couples, the silent builders. Another surprising group, dual-income households with average salaries. Two people earning $75,000 each, living below their means, investing 15% consistently, letting compound interest work for 20-plus years. They quietly build $500,000 without viral success or lottery wins. Compounding doesn't care about glamour. It cares about time. What $500,000 can actually do? Let's talk numbers. If properly invested at a conservative 5% annual return, $500,000 could generate about $25,000 per year. Not retirement alone, but a strong foundation. It could supplement Social Security, reduce financial stress, provide flexibility, offer early retirement options, cover major emergencies. It's not private jet money, but it's financial breathing room, and that's powerful. The dark side, lifestyle inflation. Here's why some high earners don't hit $500,000. They upgrade everything as income rises. Bigger house, luxury car leases, private schools, high-end vacations, credit card balances. Income goes up, net worth stays flat. Meanwhile, the teacher with steady investing quietly passes them. Net worth is built by what you keep, not what you earn. The millionaire next door effect. Studies have shown that many wealthy individuals shop at normal stores, avoid status spending, live in modest homes, prioritize financial independence over appearance. The person with $500,000 might be your neighbor mowing his own lawn, a woman who packed lunch for 30 years, a quiet investor who never panicked during downturns. Wealth is often invisible. The 2026 perspective. In today's economy, $500,000 is both impressive and modest. Impressive because most people never consistently invest. Many struggle with debt. Financial discipline is rare. Modest because inflation has eroded purchasing power. Retirement now requires larger cushions. Healthcare costs continue rising. $500,000 today isn't what it was 20 years ago, but it's still a major milestone. The biggest surprise about people with $500,000 net worth? Job changes, life setbacks, and they kept going. Wealth at this level isn't explosive. It's persistent. Could you be closer than you think? Add up retirement accounts, brokerage accounts, savings, home equity, business value. Subtract debt. You might be surprised. Many people underestimate their own net worth because they don't track it clearly. Truth? You don't need to be famous to reach $500,000. You just need time, discipline, and ownership. And that might be the most empowering realization of all. If this video changed the way you see money and net worth, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into real wealth and financial truth. Drop a comment below. Are you closer to $500,000 than you thought? And remember, wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about building freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.